The Galaxy Z Fold 6. Snazzy box as always. It's got like a 2-color illustration of the phone. Not sure what that's about. The same little seal that you're probably familiar with. Let me go ahead and pull the tabs off of this. Release the beast. All right. So this is the black, or I guess you would call it carbon fiber. The ones that were only available at Samsung. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to get it out, but of course, they put a neat little pull tab. Set the phone down. See if there's anything else in this. Sometimes they can put something underneath. I doubt it in this case because it's extremely hard to get into, but there we go. Yep, it's nothing but some unfinished cardboard underneath there. So that's that for that part. The top, it's just got this one piece in it. Let's get this open. Alrighty. Move everything out of my way. Oh, everything comes out on a neat little organized area. Add this to my SIM card remover tool collection. Decent quality C2C. And a huge, humongous manual. Alright. So I also have this smart tag. I'm going to try those. This is going to be my first time with that. And I got this, the case with the S Pen. So let's open this. A manual, a lot of boxing, and the case. All right, it's got some sticky here, sticky here, sticky here. That's important to me because I hate the fact that these bezels come off. They're sticky going all the way across too. I forgot. Yeah, that looked like, I'm convinced that'll work decent. Slide to pop up S Pen. So you slide this down. You pop it out. All right, that's decent. We got a raised bezel, no kind of cushion or anything on the inside. Now I will say that I have I had the 4 and the 5, and I like the case for them. Really, the case for the 4, I transferred it to the 5, and it fit perfectly. But it was a kickstand. It was a magnetic little kickstand. That's my favorite case. It gives me something to... I'll pull it out. Let me show you. I had to pop it off in order to show you. But this thing folds back. I modified it with a drilled hole just for the flashlight. Because that would be... At first, I didn't think I needed the flashlight at all. And then after having it for a bit, I was like, oh, you do need a flashlight. But anywho, this was perfect to me because you could put your phone down. And like, see, it's trying to resist and snap closed by itself. Because that's how it operates. It snaps. So this thing would never be flappy. It's got magnets right there and right there. Decent magnets. And this was just the ultimate case for me. Like, I'm sorry. I had just bought this one too. I didn't realize that they were coming out with a 6. So this is like a month old at the most. But I did have another one exactly like it prior to having this one. I don't know why they wouldn't make this case for every model. Like, this is the perfect case for me. Now, this one has the S Pen in it. It was the best of the ones that I saw. I saw the one that has the kickstand with the removable thing. Ugh. I had that one for the 4, and I did not like that. I don't like the little thingy where you stick your hand in, sticking way out. I don't want something that I got to remove. I probably may end up not using this case even because of this bump, which is going to make the phone sit weird, I think. And outside of that, it might interfere with wireless charging, which is my preferred method of charging. So anyway, to get to the nuts and bolts of this video, Man, I'm just like, I've been holding the other one for so long. It just feels like this is so skinny. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So, you got your little carbon fiber stuffy. I never take these little stickers off for whatever reason. This is just, this looks kind of cool actually, but this is just a peel off protector. Yep. So you can't see through that. There's your front screen. Man, the camera even looks a little different behind there. I don't know if it is. And the main attraction now is the big boy. You got your big real estate. I am not a fan of rounded off phones, and I had become somewhat used to the 5. I had the 4, then I got the 5, and the rounded edges became normal to me. But now I realize how much I hate them. This is so much sexier. Oh my goodness, I love this. I didn't even like open the package right away because I wasn't super excited. But now that I'm looking at it, this just feels 150 times sexier. Let's see what it looks like in this silly case, though. To me, these cell phones are usually very sexy, mostly. But then when you put them in cases, it ruins. It's still pretty thin. Oh my goodness, it still feels thin. I'm not gonna do all the whole peeling of the stickies off because I'm probably gonna do a whole alcohol regimen for that. But this will give us a look at the case. If I know you've probably seen the videos that people do and blah blah blah. But this is a video of a regular guy who just bought this phone. I was, one of the people Samsung sent the little message to, and I was a current offender. So they hit me up first with it, and I'm like, all right, for the amount they gave me for my old phone, this is definitely a no-brainer for me to upgrade. And I love technology, so that's another thing. That's that. So the case, it fits nice, even without taking the sticky off. This feels more secure than the one that I have been using that came with this one. As well as others that I have used that, just cheapies and stuff. I'm probably going to go ahead and power it up, but it's going to instantly go into the personal stuff and all of that. But I'll power it up so you can see. Hit the power button. All right, didn't hit it long enough, obviously. Alrighty, there we go. I was getting nervous there because it took a really long time to fire up. So, I'm going to pause for this long wait. Android, then it went into this spinny. All right, start welcome. English is what I want. So now this is going to get into a whole bunch of stuff you probably don't want to see. I'm going to just go ahead and go through some of this. So now it's going to ease set up with another device. I'm going to go ahead and do that just because I really feel like I like to do it manually and start fresh and blah, blah, blah. But I just don't feel like the time. You have to do all the apps. I think at this point in life, I might have some flaws that would be corrected if I started fresh. But I don't think anything was like really detrimental, because sometimes when you get flaws in a phone, you kind of don't know what they are or how to fix them, or you don't even notice that they're flaws until you start with a new phone. Yeah, that's probably going on with this, but at this point, I don't feel like it. It's just like a whole 6 to 8 hours of you playing with stuff and setting it up, which used to be fun to me. Now it's not, so I'm going to go ahead and do this with this and then go from there. I'm going to finish the video with any other details, so I'll come back. So, it's real fast, and I'm sure you could get plenty of looks at it from other folks. And like I keep reiterating, I'm just a guy. I'm not one of these crazy test bench people. The screen is awesome compared to the 5. I would say everything almost looks identical. The AI stuff obviously isn't. The cameras are bigger. They stick out further. about this case. I like the case. When I put it on the charger last night to charge, which I'm always worried about wireless charging, I did test it on my trusty puck style wireless charger, but at my bedside, I prefer to have one that sits the phone up in this orientation. So when, like, these kind of chargers I don't like because the phone's facing up. So that's no good when you look out the bed. You got to kind of either take it off and then worry about trying to get it lined up to put it back, or get up and stand over it or something weird. So anyway, not doing either one of those I like better, because the ones that I usually choose are the cradle style, where my phone is sitting up like this. So there's a ledge at the bottom that catches the phone and holds it in place. It's the kind that you can put your buds on and your watch, right? But with a fold, obviously it gets in the way of that other stuff, which is no importance to me. I really want it for just the phone. And then I'll put the buds. I can still put the buds on at different times because they charge quickly in the watch. You know, I have other charger right behind it that I can do both of them on, realistically, if I want to charge both things at once, as well as the phone. Anywho, the big slider on the bottom of there is how I solved the problem of leaving this open for charging at night. The reason why I like to leave it open is, like, I feel like this is a plastic screen. At the end of the day, if you close this thing too many times, if you open and close, if you bend any material enough times, it will eventually fail. So I feel like I'm not going to say I don't close it. I close it. And I'm going to tell you one thing I noticed. With my first phone, the 4, I didn't close it much at all because I was really into that way of thinking, like I shouldn't close it, I shouldn't close it, I shouldn't close it. What I found was, at some point, the screen protector, when I would close it and when I opened it again, the screen protector was starting to separate, you know. So that's a thing. It wasn't like a defect of the phone at that part. It was a defect of the screen protector, which you could replace the screen protector, blah, blah, blah. But the factory screen protector, which this one does have, you can see it at the very edge. It does have a factory screen protector on it also. So I'm sure it will do. As a matter of fact, the 5, which is what I'm filming on now, and I'm going to be returning to Samsung here shortly, is starting to do the same thing. And it just really basically started to do it right when I decided to purchase this new one. That's when that started happening, which is a weird time frame. But anyway, well, yeah, when you close it, you open it again, it starts separating right at the seam there. So the screen protector, but it's not the phone, it's just the screen protector. So that's not a biggie. But other than that, I would say I had trouble with this case. It didn't charge when it was on the charger, like, fast, and it would start blinking at different times on the charge pad, you know, on the cradle charger. It started blinking and things like that. So I don't know. I do like the S Pen, but I just really thought that they would eventually try to get it inside like the Notes were. But it's so thin now that I don't see how you could, in this thing here, you push it down and your pen pops out. So at this point in the game, I don't know why this couldn't be even thinner than it is, right? Like, the S Pen could really just be something. I remember one of them I had in an earlier phone was like just the dinkiest little thing, like at least a quarter of this size, with a little lip at the top that you pull out with a fingernail. I don't remember what phone that was, but anyway, it was sufficient. You don't need a lot of real estate for an S Pen. Some people may complain about that, I'm sure, but I won't be one of them, because I would rather that thing be on board if it could. And I'm sure that's a lot of people's beef. You know, why is the S Pen separate? So now you got this bump. It's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. It doesn't work good for charging. I'm going to tell you that right off the back. It works, but it's not the perfect situation, because it just kind of leaves the phone sitting off the pad. So even if you're using a fast charge, you're still going to degrade that fast charge, because the distance that the phone is away from it, it's not going to charge as quickly. So right now it says 1 hour and 49 minutes to charge, and it's at 46%. So that's way long. It doesn't even say wireless fast charger or anything, which normally it would. If I would put the phone that's on here on this pad, it would say wireless fast charging. This is not. So let's see what else I'd say. I did kind of point out how I felt about the carbon fiber look. It is pretty cool. I mean, I normally opt for, and I'm gonna say this about the Samsung case. A lot of cases that I have had, and the one that I have on the phone that's doing the recording right now is a Samsung branded case with the kickstand style, which I love. I don't know why they wouldn't make it, but you see how hard that was for me to get off? I've taken it off about 4 or 5 times. Each time was extremely hard to get off. I can't show you this phone next to this phone because obviously I'm recording with it, but it is so slimmer and sleeker. It just, this finish here. I don't normally go for a black phone. I had an iPhone that was black, and I opted I'd never do that again. So I always go for the white with the gold, the white with the silver, maybe the all silver. You know, anything other than a black. I would definitely do a blue phone, but like the flatness of this is approaching the area of my wife's iPhone. My wife's iPhone, it's a 13 Max Pro Max or something. I almost feel like when I'm holding her phone, it's bigger than this even. So I'm sure it's not. I mean, I'm sure this is, but I mean, even just looking at the size of the hinge, the size of the hinge on the 4 is massive compared to this. Like this hinge just feels like minuscule. The weight of the phone next to the 4, this is definitely a weight difference. You can feel it. Now this feels like a regular phone, not like a brick like the one in the 4. I mean the 5. I keep saying 4 or 5 because I had all of them so far. The S Pen, I mean the tray, all of this. I mean everything's sleek, cool. I can't really say much else about that. I mean, you know, we still missed the headphone jack. I don't know why that was a thing, but anyway, you got all your speakers, all your mics. All of that's good to go. As far as the fluid inside when you're, you know, doing stuff, to me it's pretty sufficient. The like zero lag with all of that kind of stuff. And of course I got it on the fastest speed. I would definitely say one of the things I recommend is to play with the settings, all the labs, all that stuff, and get it set up to you. One thing I don't like, the gestures. Like when I'm using internet, let me see if I can find something. Yep, Samsung gesture. So I used to like to have the 3 little individual lines at the bottom that were kind of translucent. And I knew that this was my back button, and I was just so accustomed to going back. They've gotten a weird, and this is an article I looked up about that. But now you go back by doing this, which I think I can get used to that, you know. And then when you want to get rid of something, you go up like that, and bloop, you're done. So I think that's cool. I mean, other than that, everything else seems pretty good. The AI stuff is pretty awesome. So let me get to that. So I just whipped the S Pen out. So if you tap or get the S Pen close to the screen, this thing will pop up, and then wow, you don't even have to press it and it does something. Let's see if I press the button while I do that. It says all command. So anyway, you can probably set that button up to do something for that. So if you go to this sketch image, you get to this and you say draw something. So let's draw okay. Go like this, come down like that, go across like that. So you see what we're getting at here. We're gonna have some taco meat, some other stuff inside, some lettuce squiggly at the top. So just a raw taco. Let's see what that'll generate. It takes a while. And there it is. It came up with a taco, and like the, you know, like look at that. I mean, how cool is that? So that's under what I was using last when I done this. So if I go back by doing that, it will say everything in the draws regenerate. Okay, close. So let me do it again. Get tap on the screen. This sketch to image. Let us draw. Let's just go quick with Fred Flintstone. So if Fred, let's see, draw some hair, come down, put in my ear, 2 big old eyes like Fred would have, like this, a big old nose, like that. All right, now we got Fred, right? So right now I got it on sketch. That's what I had it on. We could do cartoon, generate. It takes a minute, so don't expect it to be instant. But so now you got like that transformed my image into, and that was just a quick sketch. You saw me do it. I didn't take extra time. I didn't pause and draw it in. I did a really rough, just kind of piece together. None of them actually look like Fred, but you get the idea. It'll do whatever you want and then you can change it. Look, cartoon, you could change it to all of these other choices. So sketch is what I had chose for the last one when I generated, but if you select one, so I select watercolor, it's going to take a while to do the imaging, and this is what it came up with. So that's pretty cool. I mean, swipe back, close. I'm gonna hit my S Pen again, sketch the image. Let's try it again. Let's draw a fish. An angry fish. Watercolor. Look at this guy. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. So let's change it to another. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to scroll across and let you see. Like, look at that. I mean, how awesome is this? So, change it from watercolor, 3D cartoon, generate. Yeah, look at those. Awesome generation. So, all right, that's a look at that. There's other stuff you do with it, like enhancing your own photos, which I've played with a bit. It turns you into a cartoon or many other various things you want to do with it. All that stuff is awesome, and I'm going to play with that quite a bit. So that's all I got to say about that. If you're thinking about upgrading and you're looking at these reviews, like, that's what we do, right? Say, well, let's see what this guy says. Know that I'm not one of these people. I didn't get it for free. I don't get all kinds of stuff to review. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy. Samsung sent me the thing to pre-order it, and I got it. They gave me $1,200 for the one that I'm filming on. So I was like, well, I definitely want it. So, it is what it is. I think I'm going to keep going as these come out because I just like it that much. And as they keep making it better, that'll be the determining factor of me keep going with it. Or maybe go to the regular brick style phone again, the 23s or 20s, whatever they're on, the S series. So if you're on the fence about buying it, you're thinking, oh, it's not much of an upgrade for the other one. I would say compared to the 4 to the 5, this is a significant upgrade. Because when I went from 4 to 5, it was just out of necessity. I just wanted to upgrade. It wasn't much to be changed. There was no differences like talking about it. Even the cases fit each other. Like I used the 23. I'm sorry, 23. I used the 4 case on the 5, and it worked fine. And I actually liked it better because of the kickstand thing I was telling you about. But with this one, the case doesn't fit. It doesn't feel like the screen is a different size, which it is. It feels like about the same amount of real estate, so you're not going to really get a big gain there. But the lightness of it, the thinness of it, the squared off corners, when the round corners to me in every phone. I remember when one of the first iPhones came out, the first few of them, they were all rounded off, and it just looked stupid to me. I didn't like it, But I really like this squared off look, especially with this folding device. I like it unfolded. I like it folded. All of that stuff feels good. So if you're on the fence about the upgrade, I would say I recommend it. I don't think you have anything to lose if you got the 5 because they're giving you $1,200 for it right now. You should jump on the $1,200 while you can, I think, because I don't know how long that'll last, unless they don't sell well, and then they might go crazier than $1,200, to be honest with you. But paying $700 for a phone, and I get the biggest one because I hate to run out of space. They don't have the card anymore, which is a serious letdown for me. I hate the fact that they don't put expandable storage. That's ridiculous that Samsung would do this. They stay above iPhone for the most part, in my opinion, because they don't do stupid things like that. And I look at them. They took the headphone jack away. They took the memory away, and now they're just iPhones. So anyway, without that rant, I definitely recommend it because the upgrade is definitely there. If you're wondering if that's something you want to be considering, is other people's reviews, which is what we do, like I covered. Just looking at this thing as I'm spinning it around, you gotta see that it's so squared off, so much thinner. This place right here that used to be fatter is so much smaller. The hinge is so much smaller. the coolness of this finish on the carbon fiber look case, whatever you call this back. It just does it for me. I like it. I've been playing with it since I got it, and when I got my last phone, I didn't play with it much. It was just a small upgrade, so I didn't care. With this, I care. It's fun. The AI stuff is fun. I care about that. Probably a lot of stuff that I'm not thinking about or that hadn't been very well advertised to us yet. I know the other phones are going to get the upgrade to do most of the stuff that this one does, but not in this package. So know that. Get your upgrade while you can, and I think as long as you can afford it. I mean, don't not pay the rent to do it, but you know, if that's the case, wait or don't get one at all, to be honest with you. But if you got the cash and you like the technology and you just like to play with this stuff like I do, by all means. I got two cases. Case Mobile, the new case, best quality. So, just going to check these for finish. This case, it came with a screen protector for the front glass. So, that's cool. And if you're interested in buying one of these off Amazon, it's the glass kind, like that you can actually crack. So, that's good. I like those. This is a clear case. See the fit. So all of this stuff, like I'm sure Samsung flooded all the aftermarket manufacturers with the specs to this phone so that they could have these cases ready to go when the phone hit the ground, because of course that's to their benefit. And this fits super tight. Very impressive. So right where there's something here, there's a something for it. It's got a button instead of a cutout, so that's interesting. Not all of them do that. Let's get this on. It does have a little sticky to stick this edge that I hate this thing moving a lot. When you're trying to hold the phone and gripping it and that thing moves, it's aggravating, which these little stickies hardly ever hold very well anyway. But all the edges on the phone are fitting perfectly. I'm not going to stick that, of course, because I'm not committed to which one I'm using yet. And once you stick it, you're done. This kind of troubles me. See how that sticks out just a little bit? So though it feels like the case fits perfect, when it's folded, that piece rests against the other piece. Let's see if I can fits better now that I unfolded it a bit and then folded it back. But I think it's a good fit. You know, this is covering all your beautifulness of your carbon fiber. So this will be nice because you can show off your beautiful phone with this translucent. And I may actually rock this because of that. You know, it's a good feel. Because I don't feel like I'm getting anything with this. I'm getting no advantage because it doesn't charge well. I do like the S Pen, but, you know, I'll probably do a little switching up or whatever. So, see how easy it comes off. It doesn't come off as easy as some. The front cover doesn't come off that easy. Let's see about this piece. Yeah, this comes off super easy compared to the Samsung case. The Samsung case has some serious locking to it to make you give you some warm and fuzzy feel about being secure. So this one, fashion case original. So like these are, I don't know, you can find the exact ones that I have on Amazon. This one is a really light, flimsy outer case. Let's see what that looks like. Wrong way. Might not look like anything in the wrong direction. Alright, that was kind of hard to slip on, so that's positive. It's ever so slightly seems like it's bulging right there, though, the same place. This back cover, now this is like a leather, and it's got the magnetic case thingy. Of course, you got to put it on the right way for it to work. Now this does look sexy with this leather. It's raised above the cameras, raised above your everything cut out, a cutout for your button and your volume. Of course, no hinge. I do not like when they have hinge protection. It's just ridiculous when you do that. And it's got the MagSafe thing. So this case, this can obviously bend. There is no sticky on the inside, so you get what you get with this one. But it doesn't move as much as the other one did. So I don't know, this might be a positive for you. So I'm just giving you looks, since I have these three cases, giving you looks of what these cases look like installed, and any details that I can think of while I'm doing it. This leather feels good. This will feel good in your hand while you're, for the most part, most of us are going to be holding this thing with open and orientation, but this gives you something. What I will say, with this case on and you're holding it like this with your left hand, this bump gives you something to grip against. Like, it's not much, but it gives you enough to give you like a positive feel when you're whipping your phone around, showing it to people and stuff. You feel like you got something to hold on to. So that's a positive about the Samsung branded case. This one, obviously nothing, so you're gonna have to just kind of wing it from the back, like you know, it's nothing to hold on to. Yeah, absolutely nothing. So you're gonna have to do some straddling like this from here to here, and it still feels slippery. So I don't like that, but not to say that this case won't be a player. I will use this case because the MagSafe thing will be cool to try out. I've never done it before, and I do have one of those stickies for it. But yeah, this case feels decent. I like it. I like the look. Everything feels a perfectly cut out for it. You know, it's not off in any way. It does bulge a little bit at that edge. Can't see it from the flat, you can't see it from there. So this one is not as bad as the clear one as far as that bulge, but it does seem to do it. As a matter of fact, look at that. You see that? That was off a little bit. So let me see. Go back. Everything is as flat as it could be. The other phones didn't have this flatness. They didn't flatten down to that. So this is definitely smaller. Yeah, back to this. Yep, that looks good now. I mean, it's not bulging much, if at all. Like, I think it's not bulging at all, to be honest with you. So this case is good. If you look for it, it's the leather case with the MagSafe on Amazon. I'm not giving you any specifics on it because they're easy to find on Amazon, and I'm not like, they're not paying me for this or anything. This is just my own personal opinions on it. So alrighty. So the Fold. If you like I said, a regular guy, I'm not going to be perfect. There's going to be issues with my video. You can comment below or whatever, you know, say what you want to say, criticize me. I understand, you know, it is what it is. A lot of you guys are really perfect at what you do, and I understand criticisms on it. And I do other videos. I'm into RC, so a lot of that stuff is on my channel already. So I do know how people do and how people rock when it comes to criticizing stuff and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I mean, if it's, you know, I'm not gonna knock you down if you point out something I missed or mentioned wrong or incorrect statement or you don't agree. I'm not gonna cut you down with it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's opinions are good. I prefer you to say what you're gonna say, and maybe somebody else will get something from it, or, you know, maybe you might teach me something. You know, hey, that's a perfect situation. So say what you want to say, no problem. Other than that, that's all I got to say, really. Thanks for watching. I hope you this helped you make a decision, yes or no.